stick somebody else with it.
Okay, it is 5:00 PM on Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. We will call the Board of Works and Safety meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Weagle.
Here.
Daniel.
Here.
Smith absent.
In front of you are the minutes from our last meeting on March 11th. I did find one change, and that is under department head reports, under Tom's report, it says air back testing instead of air pack testing. So that's the only thing I found. Was there anything else you?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes for March 11th with the noted change.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present. Excuse me, I have a tickle. Next up is Wes, come on up. Talk about sidewalk seating for Chibo. Name and address, please.
My name, Weston Davison, restaurant address,
Yes.
223 West Van Buren Street,
Thank
Columbus
you.
City, Indiana, 46725.
Thank you. And you have, I think Rosie has printed off some things for you.
Yeah.
Yes, for us, okay.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and walk us through what we're looking at.
So basically, with my chicken scratch diagram there, the measurements are right, and to prove that, I've got the tape measure photos and also in the packet. The four tables that you had already approved the last time I was here was the two tables in right
Right up against
the salon and right up against Chibo. And then, so as it shows in the measurement photos with the tape measure, from the building to the brick is 10 feet 2 inches all the way down. And I failed to take a measurement from that end of the brick to the edge of the sidewalk, but as you can see in the photographs that I took with the vehicles parked there, granted those aren't big trucks, but that's more than 4 feet. And then, so basically, I put 2 feet in width on all my tables. They're actually 23 inches.
Okay.
So I just went 2 feet.
Yep.
And then you can see between the tables up against the building and the ones I want to put in front of the salon, there's 4 feet of distance, another 23 inches. I just said 2 feet. And then, and from the salon and Chibo, I'm 2 feet from the inlay of the bricks. However, down there, I don't know, did everybody get a copy of the letter from Joanne too?
Yes.
And then the 3 tables that she's agreed to let me have there are actually 4 feet off of her, because she wants, you know, people to be able to walk right up to the window and look in and all that stuff, and it's totally understandable. I'm just thankful that she's willing to give me a shot. 4 feet off the wall there, 2 feet for the tables, and then you're 4 feet from the brick inlay. However, down in front of Chibo where I have that second row, it's 2 feet from the brick inlay. And I was just, that's pretty much it. Then the letter that she wrote, that she typed out, that y'all have.
Yeah. So obviously the question on her letter there is, would you be responsible for accidents around the tables when being occupied?
Absolutely.
Okay, so as long as we have that on record, I just want to make sure that we answer her
100%.
question, because she did put that on there.
And I have a meeting with my excise, but I'm pretty positive that only alcoholic beverages are gonna be allowed to be served in front of my building.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
And then, I think one of the issues the last time you came, if I remember correctly, was we had concerns about people that would be going over the curb and
Sure.
potentially getting that. So I appreciate that you took that into consideration.
Definitely
with those
understandable.
tables. And so,
We got pictures here of.
yes, I did see that.
So yeah, right in front of my building and in the salon storefront that Lynn's agreed to let me have tables there. I am 2 feet from the brick inlay, and then it's whatever the distance, I didn't measure that, but it's looking like it's about 2 feet.
So the space that would be in front of what you call the Billy Goat, is that where when I look at the picture facing Joanne's building, is that space where that little planter is at, in that open space in front of the Billy Goat there? You see what I'm asking?
Yes.
That's in that
Yes.
open space there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there will be no tables there. I asked them. Yeah. And, yeah. That's okay.
Gary, you have any thoughts on this?
I don't believe so. I mean, I think it looks like he's got plenty of room. I mean, if those cars are up to the curb there, to me, it looks like there's plenty of room.
I know with like trucks, they might be in a lot farther than those cars, but still,
Yeah.
I won't have my table set up right on the brick. I'm gonna be 2
Yeah.
feet out in front of me and
Well,
4
I was
feet.
gonna say, if you're 2 feet back from the brick, you should have plenty of room.
And that still allows the 4 feet of passage, for pedestrians or wheelchairs or anything like that.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to remember what a wonderful wholesaler things that comes through with the cables that run through.
Yeah. I'm assuming you may do something different with Old Settlers?
I'm sorry?
That you may do.
Oh,
something
yeah,
with
yeah,
Old
yeah.
Settlers?
Those tables that, especially out in front of the salon, I won't have those tables up when we have Old Settlers.
I
'Cause
think
there's
just in
gonna be
general, when we have different street fairs and different events and stuff, I mean, we want you out there, like, we want you to be able to have more seating available for customers and that kind of stuff, while also working with what's happening actually on the street.
With all those tents and stuff like that, I just don't think that it'll be good to have those tables there.
I agree 100%, and I also don't know how First Friday maneuvers in there. Obviously, you don't have as many times, I'm looking back at Nikki now, but I don't know if it's, I'm trying to think of what that usually looks like. I know you don't have the same setup necessarily as Old Settlers when it comes to the wires and the cables and all that kind of stuff, but do you see that there'd be any conflict there if you had the tables out on the sidewalk like that? You probably would want that maybe in some ways.
Yes, we
so.
would like that. So in front of each downtown business, there's nobody set up in that space on the
In that
street
space.
for them. And I think that would be fine.
There's actually a picture on the Columbia City Connect with some tables set up there.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, do you have one of these?
I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, I think we have
Must be
copies
an
of that.
event going on.
Yes, I see that, yes, I
There's
see
the
that.
issues with people setting up the cables and utilizing your business.
I'm sorry?
There could be people sitting there without
That's true.
utilizing your business.
Correct.
You know what I mean, that's just, because there's a lot of food trucks, a lot of people want to sit somewhere, so I think.
If they do with those outside seats, I won't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to avoid what places sit.
Yep.
So,
Tommy?
I think it should be noted that that's also during a closed street event that they're there. Also, just to point out to the Board of Works, a little bit of caution to it, and that is we've had several vehicles into buildings in the downtown over the last year.
Yeah.
With that being said, you're putting people out where they have zero protection.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that it couldn't be allowed, but my suggestion would be at least some bollards put in place to give you some kind of a bump protection or something there, so it's not human bodies versus buildings.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, ultimately, I'm not disagreeing with you. Ultimately, we've already allowed tables to go up along the building anyways, as it currently sits. The difference is now we're 4 foot out from that further, 4 foot closer to the road in that
Correct.
regard. So I think it does beg, in some ways, it begs the question of what Joanne was asking, which is, where does the liability sit? And maybe that, Marcia, I don't know, I don't want to necessarily drag you into the conversation, but
Yeah, well-
where does the liability sit if someone is jumping the curb and going toward,
Well, that's their,
okay.
that's on them.
So the
But-
city is not necessarily liable where we're putting people at risk by allowing them to sit on the sidewalk?
I suppose you could call it an attractive nuisance or something along that standpoint, but the car driving into it isn't
They're jumping the curb?
jumping the curb because it's an attractive nuisance.
Yeah, I hear you.
And she had asked me kind of whether their insurance that lists us as a
Additional insurance.
additional insured, but that's their sidewalk.
Yeah,
Technically.
yeah.
And we don't do that for.
That's true, that's fair. Although the difference with Pickles is they're not going on to, in front of other people's businesses.
Right, I mean,
Right, that's true.
actually, Joanne may want that.
Being additionally insured
Yeah.
kind of a thing?
Yeah.
That'll be between you and Joanne. I mean, if.
Sure.
She may say, hey, have your insurance name me as an additional insured, so she gets protected if she gets sued because
Sure.
the table is in front of her.
I could do
Nothing
that.
like that would happen, but, You know, anybody can fall. Fall off.
I don't have an issue with that at all.
You know, could happen within your restaurant, you know.
Mhm.
so,
Yep.
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think when those events happen, we'll have to make some adjustments possibly.
I'm sorry?
When we have events downtown, we might have to make some adjustments with, go along with the activities. I think, you know, we just,
I'm willing to work with whoever. Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Sure. I mean, I think, I'm sorry, go ahead.
just so we're on the same page with the people involved.
Yep.
Yeah.
With Mayor, I mean,
Yes.
one thing I could do is reach out to some other attorneys that have this in their communities and just see what they're doing,
Yeah.
you know, liability wise.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of all the different communities I've gone in that have seating out front like
There's
that.
quite a few.
And how they kind of utilize the sidewalk, a portion of the sidewalk for that reasoning rationale.
But a lot of them do what Tom's recommending.
Fort Wayne's loaded with outside seating.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, they got a lot of it.
Out by the road too.
Remind me, on the parking spaces that are out there, is there the concrete bumpers and then the sidewalk? Or it's all just straight up sidewalk?
There's
Yeah.
a small curb out there.
Yeah. I hear
Yeah.
you. Well, I'm willing to give it a shot, and, you know, I don't disagree with what Tom is saying about how, you know, preferentially, you know, it would be valuable to have something out there, but I also do feel like, you know, again, I think that's a risk that you take in some ways when you are out in public, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could be walking down the sidewalk and a car jumps the curb and it hits me, right? So
I'm willing
I
to
get
look
both
into
sides.
whatever I gotta do
Yeah.
to make it work. Absolutely.
Well, but the other
100%.
challenge is you add a bollard and now you're creating a smaller area that ADA accessibility, so it's kind of like you're either gonna get it one side or you're gonna get it the other, but so I'm willing to take a shot and give it a chance, maybe throughout, I don't know, throughout the summer months or throughout this year and see how it goes, and then if it's going well, then we can make it, you know, a longer term thing. I'd like to at least do a trial year personally, if you're okay with that, Wes, to give it a trial
100%.
year this year. I don't know if you.
I'm totally good with whatever chance I got.
So I'd like to at least try it, and if we have issues, then we can come back and address those issues. But if we don't have issues and people seem to like it and it's good, then I don't have any problem with continuing it,
So
so.
out there, the Mr. Traffic, standing, people waiting to be seated. I've been in there a couple times already, and it's been really good for you, so.
It's, I'm nothing shy of being blessed.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the sidewalk seating plan from Chibo Restaurante for, I'll say, from today, March 25th through December 31st. And if, again, everything goes well and stuff, you can either submit a letter or you can come back to the Board of Works and say, hey, this went well. We'd like to have an extension for, you know, 3 years
The
or
next year,
whatever,
yeah.
or till for infinity, right? So again, my motion is to allow this sidewalk seating plan for Chibo Restaurante from 3/25/2025 through 12/31/2025.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show the usual sign. It's unanimous of those present. Okay?
Okay,
Thanks, Wes.
I
Thank
did
you.
talk to
Thanks,
him
guys.
About making sure he gets that food and beverage tax.
Yep. Yep.
yes. Chip stopped by and gave me the info on that. I just have to do it, and I will, I
Okay.
promise.
Thank you, Wes. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it. Thank you, sir. Next up is street closing request for First Fridays for 2025. Nikki. Hi there.
Hi.
Name and address.
I'm Nikki Keister, and I'm at 108 South Chauncey Street.
Thank you. Talk to us about First Friday, Nikki.
So First Friday would like to request the street closures as usual to the block or the alley behind Pickles, to Line Street and Main Street, and then Market Street. And then an additional one in June.
Okay, that's what I was looking at that. I was like, well, when?
I don't know if we need to do them separate, but the
Yes.
additional one in June is we are going to have our Wheels of Whitley County Car Show again this year.
Okay.
And we have been given approval to park cars on the courthouse lawn, which is exciting, but if it's wet, we don't want to ruin the lawn.
Oh my, okay.
So we want to get parking along Market,
Okay.
like they do for the
Yes.
farmer's market.
Yep.
And then just that half a block on South Chauncey, across the street from Market. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In front of the, oh, to the side of the center, basically.
Yes.
There. And I think there is there one residence there? Or is that, at 208 there? You probably don't have
Yeah,
this
there's
map,
one.
do you? Is there a residence there?
Yeah, right behind the center,
Yes.
yes,
Down
by the alley there.
south on Chauncey there? Okay. Is your barricade gonna be north of the alley? Or, I guess my point is, if the alley goes here and the house is here, are you gonna have, from here on up, are you gonna have the alley included as a part of the closure?
I don't think we're including the alley.
Okay,
No.
so to the north of the alley.
Correct.
The reason I ask that is because it probably makes a difference on whether that person cares or not, right? If
Oh,
they can
okay.
get to the back of their house,
Sure.
they probably don't care.
Right.
If they can't, they probably care.
Okay.
So that's a guess, I don't know that. So I think I'd like to do the full First Fridays first, and then we'll come back to the actual car show itself. So no changes on First Fridays for this year when it comes to the actual, still from, what is it, Line to Main? And,
Market to the alley.
yeah,
Market
the
to-
100 block of both North and South Chauncey?
Right.
Okay.
Just to the alley.
Yes, so so Gary brought up a good point, which actually will impact also this street closure, which is courthouse doesn't actually close till 4:30 PM. So when you want streets closed at 4:30, just know there may be a little wiggle room there because the courthouse closes half an hour after we do. So we close at 4, they close at 4:30.
Right.
So with parking and people moving and things like that, that's just, I mean, you guys have dealt with this in the past,
Yes.
so this isn't a surprise, but
Yes.
the note is on there, so that's what I'm saying, so. Any questions from the department heads?
Yeah, I don't have a concern with that, and we did, 4:30 worked out okay for the most part last year. The year prior, we did 5. Every year I get calls from the courthouse about the 4:30 closing every time we post signs. But the problem is if a court day runs over or something, and they got people up in the courthouse, and that can cause an issue. I just wanted that to be noted, so.
Okay. Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the First Fridays for 2025 as presented.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present. Next up, the June 1st Friday, and this is regarding that South Chauncey Street from Market to the alley behind the old Bowen Center, also the east-west alley, if you will, there. That's what they're talking about. And this would be for the car show, as well as the parking spaces on the north side of Market Street between Main and Chauncey. Again, I'm gonna go back to what I just said, is obviously county closes at 4:30, so your
All their
parking,
employees park there.
if you end up parking in those spots, you may have some cross-traffic issues for a short period of time. They're usually out the door right at 4:30, so I'm assuming that'll be okay.
Is there a better time that you would like listed? Does it have to be 4:30 or 5?
Well, no,
Like-
I'm just saying, I don't know when your cars will be coming in.
Oh,
See what I'm
right,
saying?
not until 5.
Okay, so if they're not coming in until 5, I mean, okay, so frankly, the parking spaces I care more about than what I do on that half block of South Chauncey Street that you're requesting. I don't mind that as much, although I would like you to touch base with the 208 South Chauncey, the homeowner there, or the property, the tenant or whatever, and just make sure they're aware of the situation, if you do that. But, no, I'm just saying with the parking on the south side of the courthouse, assuming you can't park on the actual courthouse square, that you may have to bump that to 5 o'clock just to make sure
Sure.
their cars go out before your cars come in.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
But she's not asking for anything except Chauncey from Market to,
No, she's asking for the parking spaces, is she not?
no,
It says no parking.
not on here.
Oh,
Oh,
Gotcha.
All you're asking for is
Oh, I
South
gotcha.
Chauncey from Market to Bowen Center.
Yeah, because it was road closure, I'll put that on there
That's why I
next
was
time.
kind of wondering when you were talking to me about
Like,
it.
what are you talking about?
When I got it, I thought, so all you're asking for is from Market,
Market to the alley.
yeah.
Yeah. But the map shows, so.
Yeah, I didn't know what that,
And I don't know, I guess I would ask during First Fridays and stuff, do people still park there even though it's county-only parking? I'm assuming they don't, but I don't
Oh,
know.
they do,
Yeah,
They do park there?
for sure.
your spot gets
Whenever-
parked in. A lot of times
I
it's
don't
me,
care.
but
No, I don't care about that.
Whenever people move,
so
they
when
find
you
a
change
spot to park
this then.
Yeah,
down there.
okay, so just add that park. So I guess my point is if you want to effectively reserve that parking, if you will, is that ours to give is the question. I mean, I think we approve other things, don't we,
It's
in
the
that?
street, I mean, that's technically
Yeah,
the
that's
street.
true.
But
Okay.
After
I'm
this.
sorry, I'm going around and around. I'm not trying to
That's
go around and
okay.
around. I'm just trying to make sure that we've lined up what we need to line up.
after
So,
4:30,
say what?
after 4:30,
After 4:30, that's true. That's a good point, so. okay.
So the
you're
park is based on Market from Main to Chauncey,
on the north side of the street,
yeah.
on the north side of the street, yes. You got any thoughts and comments over there, Dan?
I
Okay.
got one.
Yes,
Just for
Gary.
Nikki, not the thing with the parking. If we can figure out a way to better get your vendors in,
Yeah.
maybe if we came from the south side instead of the north side, because up by the post office, I mean, that's crazy up there on Friday evening. It's not so busy down here because there's no businesses or anything down here.
Roadway will be open.
So that's exactly why we did the north,
I get it.
because we didn't want to block Market. Because when they come in, they kind of all line up, and we didn't want to, because we talked about going that way, but we didn't want to block Market at all. I
But
don't
they
know.
wouldn't pull across the street, would they? Would they pull
We'd
across the
just
line?
be surprised at, what would you
Oh,
be surprised
It's
about?
crazy up there. I mean,
Right, I know. So, yeah, we can.
Because they ended up out on Main Street.
I know.
Because they just come in from all different,
Yeah, if I could make an appointment, we can talk about it, that'd be great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if they could line up down, well, if we're having construction for the trail down there, depending on how far it goes,
Right,
that
they
maybe.
could go all the way.
So, yeah, so why don't you guys talk through that situation? So Tom's question, I think, would be, you're gonna have cars parked on that half block of South Chauncey Street, right?
Correct, yes.
Are they gonna be in the parking spaces or are they gonna be in the middle of the street?
On South Chauncey?
Yes.
Well, when we did it out here in front of City Hall, they did them kind of angled and then a row down the middle because that's how we could fit the most cars in. I have not talked to them about the plans that they have specifically for those
Gotcha.
spaces,
Okay.
but they were kind of doing them an angle. But I am not very good at how wide things are and things like that, so I leave that to the people that are good at how to fit cars in places.
Because my guess is you wanna make sure you have access in some way, shape, or form to be able to, if there's a fire or something, or emergency access, you have that. We do the same thing with Old Settlers and things like that, so.
But the Market Street will be open, correct?
Yes.
Market Street will be
Yeah.
open all the way.
Yeah, Market.
It's only, you're required to have a 20-foot fire lane through anything. We did work with you guys, I believe, in the past, that as long as the people who own the cars are there with their cars, to immediately remove them if we need through. But that's gonna be, that's hard to police, right? Somebody wants a burger and they walk uptown. I put that pressure on the Board of Works and you to maintain that.
Yeah, I gotcha. I got some flashing going on that camera, but that's a different story. You wanna reset it there, Chip? Sorry.
no.
We'll keep moving here. So, so as long as you're okay with working with Gary on the market vendors coming in and stuff on that, and as long as you talk to, I think it's 208 there. I think we, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think we'll be in good shape. So, Dan, you have any issues besides that?
No, and this is how I worded it.
So so she wrote on there, parking spaces on Market from Main to Chauncey on the north side of the street there, so,
Thank you.
okay? Okay.
And what?
Oh, and that was in addition to what you already put down there. So, I will make a motion that we approve the street closing permit for the June 1st Friday, June 6th, from 6 to 9 PM, but it's actually from 4:30 to 10, for the half block of the 200, the northern, okay. The block, or the half block between Market Street and South Chauncey Street there at the alley, and the parking spaces on the south side of the courthouse square, as sort of, I guess, presented. Does that make any sense to you, what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Got a motion, second, further discussion. All those in favor should be the usual sign, it's unanimous of those present.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Okay. Next up is street closing request for Quality Diesel, 405 East Chicago. Anybody here for that? No? No? I think this is what we've done in the past, correct? Yes?
And when he came in and talked to me about it, I told him to notify the residents.
Yep.
He normally does all that.
I gotcha. Yeah, I would concur with Tom's comments on here, which just say basically, the map is not really good and readable. So I would request
I
maybe
redid it though, before I put it in the red box, didn't I?
you redid it. What's that mean?
I reprinted it after the remarks. Is this the one in there?
That's the one you put in?
Okay.
Well, it's not, I guess when I say it's unreadable, I don't know, like, they don't have where cones are, they don't have barricades, they don't have anything on the map that shows what they're actually doing. I think that's what Tom's trying to say.
Okay, they just got a rectangle or a square around the building and park our cars.
But again, I know they've done it in the past, so I'm not really questioning that. I just wish the map was a little clearer as to what they are actually doing there, so.
Right.
But, Gary, you feel good about it? Feel okay about it?
Yeah, I think on his, when he came in here, because he wanted to hire a police officer too, to just be there all day. So I think on his map, I did put at Chicago and Indiana, I put a line across there, and Hannah in Indiana, I put a line across there on his, but I don't know why you didn't turn that in.
Gotcha, okay.
Well, the one he turned in, I think, was black and white. He couldn't read it, so
Okay.
I went back online and got a good picture. So maybe you did have it on there, and I threw it away.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, as long as they do what they normally do, and they have kept that fire lane or whatever in the middle, and you're good with it, I'll make a motion that we approve the open house for Quality Diesel at 405 East Chicago Street as presented.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Okay, next up, encouragement agreement for Mission 25, Sean. Name and address, please.
Which address do you want?
Your location address that you are discussing today.
Okay, Sean Ellis, new address, 615 North Opportunity Drive.
And the fence encroachment.
Yes, so we are putting up a privacy fence. And so we're asking, we'd like to put the privacy fence to go to the property line, go south to the property line, and then head west, and then back east. Or not west, north. Yeah, south, west, north. And so we know that it will encroach into the utility easement, and so we're asking permission to get in there. We understand that there may be times that, hopefully it never happens, but there might be a time where that might have to be tore up, and that would be our expense if that happens. And so we understand that, but we are asking permission to be able to go there. And the reason why is because we are protecting anonymity, to have that area fenced in, to have green space for those that we are serving to be able to be outside. And yeah, we'll have this nice big yard, and we'd hate to not be able to utilize it. And yeah, we want to make sure people can be outside.
Have you had utility locates done there?
I believe so. Anybody?
Okay.
Anybody
Anybody have any utility issues over there?
There's a manhole that would be real close to being inside of the fence, I think. Do you know how far off the edge of the road the fence is gonna be?
The road, I don't think we're on the road.
This would be the property that's backing up to, what's that?
Farm Bureau,
Oh,
by Farm Bureau and Parkview.
Yeah. So the road, if you're looking at the map on the thing, the road is on the right-hand side. And the fence is on the back, I guess.
Yeah, we
The
won't have
west
a,
side.
we won't have a fence on connection at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then that's
Is that where all the utility infrastructure is?
ours,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yours
long
is-
connection
okay.
way,
Yeah,
Yeah, this would be on the west side of the property, on the back side, basically.
Correct.
On the west side, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any other, water, good?
Water goes right down the road.
Right down the road, that's what I figured, okay. Okay. Questions, Dan?
No, just a real right away again.
Yeah, okay. I'll make a motion, we approve the encouragement agreement for 615 North Opportunity Drive as presented.
Second.
Motion seconded for the discussion. All those in favor show the usual sign. It is unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is the encouragement agreement for 201 East Ellsworth. Eli, come on up. Name and address, please. Even though I just said both of those things.
Eli Schultz, 201 East Ellsworth Street.
Okay. And this is, so the dumpster is gonna be, that will feed all the apartments, I'm assuming, back there?
That's right.
Okay, and it'll be permanent dumpster kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
relatively.
Dumpster is, okay. And I'm just trying to tell by your map here, is that something where, 'cause I got some, like a red square there, are you gonna put some kind of a structure or something there to kind of box it in?
They said an enclosure of some sort, or something for your eyes. What's that word called?
So the visual appearance, or the?
Something like that.
Okay. Nathan, did you handle some of this, or your office probably did?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it just like your normal, like, I guess C-shaped, if you will, or?
Yeah, C-shaped.
C-shaped, where it.
I'm just saying, I don't know what it's gonna be made out of at this time.
I got you.
I'm thinking like just a dogwood fence, wooden fence, you know,
Okay.
kind of around it, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay. So that'll have to be something you work with the planning and building department on, but as for the encroachment, do we have any issues with utilities in that area? Obviously, if it's a dumpster, we're probably not worried too much about it, but I just want to make sure that there's nothing coming out from anybody. No?
No.
No?
I'm
Okay.
trying to see how that extends into our right of way.
Well, it's just a tick, yeah, it's
He's
only,
got 15 feet, you got 15 feet coming in off of that right of way there, and then
well, off of the street, and then you got another, what, 15 feet back, so probably half of that, guessing, 7.5 foot maybe?
less than that, but
Yeah,
I was just saying that here we are in the right of ways again,
well, sure, yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think there's, I mean, I appreciate the fact that I think that 15 by 15 triangle is line of sight is what you're trying to get to there. It's my gut, so.
I had Brent help me.
Yeah.
And so
Good.
that was his thing. So.
Okay, that's good, that's good, okay. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So I think it
just wanna
protects
make
line of
sure
sight.
If people's coming out of the alley,
Yeah.
they can see,
Yep,
yeah, 15 feet, you should be able to.
I think, yeah,
It's 15 feet from the curb.
should be in good shape, I think, so.
Is that back 15 feet from the curb on Washington Street?
Yes, that's what it says.
Okay. I do think we got a line going down that side. I'm not sure if it's behind the sidewalk or not. That it's just a small line that feeds that house back there on the alley.
The house, oh, the 207 and a half?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So, I'll say what we, again, and Sean mentioned it, but I'll say it like I do with all encroachments, is that if for some reason there is a utility issue, we will try to notify you in advance, and give you a chance to take it down. If it's an emergency, we will notify you and take it down, and it's at your expense to put it back up. Okay? Okay, well, with that, I'll make a motion, we approve the encroachment agreement for the dumpster placement at 201 East Ellsworth Street as presented.
Second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor should be the usual sign, it's unanimous of those present. Okay? For Eli's benefit, I should have said it for Sean too, but we will get the sign, get it back over to the planning and building department, and then you can follow up with them probably tomorrow, right? So, okay?
Yep.
Cool, thank you. Next up are bills.
Wonderful. Make a motion, we pay accounts payable voucher for bills March 25th for $409,189.44.
Okay, and that was for what? For just bills in general? Okay. I'll second, motion second, further discussion? All those in favor show the usual sign, it is unanimous.
Make a motion for accounts payable voucher for EFT for March 25th in the amount of $877,021.29.
Second, motion second, further discussion? All those in favor show the usual sign, it is unanimous.
Make a motion for accounts payable voucher for meter deposits for March 25th in the amount of $2,030.14.
I'll second, motion seconded, further discussion? All those in favor show the usual sign, it is unanimous of those present.
Make a motion for accounts payable voucher for payroll March 12th, except overtime, in the amount of $338.19.
Plus overtime?
Oh, is it? Okay, I didn't.
That, yeah, we do them together, yeah, plus overtime.
Plus payroll for March 12th overtime in the amount of $5,451.13.
Okay. I'll second that, motion seconded, further discussion? All those in favor should be the usual sign, it is unanimous. Thanks for pinch hitting for Lisa on that.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Cody, for the
Department head reports, Gary.
All right, we have 3 applicants going to the Board of Works interviews on Monday, the 31st. I'm excited to try to get those guys on board and get full staff, knock on wood. Officer Ewing has been released to solo evaluation through his FTO process, through his probationary period. Sergeant Crabtree has been awarded and recognized for his work as 2024 drug recognition expert of the year for the state of Indiana by the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute. So pretty proud of him. Good job there.
Yeah, congratulations.
I filed for a victim's assistance affidavit with the Whitley County Prosecutor's Office for 2 tires that were damaged in a pursuit, so we can get restitution for those through that program. The tornado sirens are still being assessed to find out what the issues are. So we should have those looked at. I think Wednesday is their time frame, so try to get those up and running again, so if there's any issues other than that.
Questions of Gary? Okay, thank you. So Tom brought a really good point to me. I'm sorry to bring this up now, Gary. And that is that the 2 of us will be here for the next meeting when the department head reports happen. So if you guys are okay with it, I'm gonna delay department head reports for the rest of you, minus if, like Leary, for instance, that we gotta go through. Things like that that are specific to the Board of Works. So if you have things specific to the Board of Works, let's do it now. If you have just general updates, let's save them to the council meeting. Is that fair, everybody? Yeah? Okay. Tim, you got anything?
Am I done? Am I free to go?
You're not free to go, I'm sorry. Tom waited until after your report to tell me that, so I'm sorry. Chip, anything?
Nothing.
Kelly?
Nothing.
Matt? Mike, you have something for us, I think.
Yeah, I've got, for the towers, all 3 of them, I've got the new contracts.
Okay, and this is 10 year for the
Yes.
preventative maintenance, if you will?
Yes,
And we have worked with Leary for the last contract, correct?
Yes.
So have we been with it for 10 years now?
we're getting close.
Or this is the close to 10 years, okay.
I think
And
this is the 10th year,
Yeah.
this is the start of, next year will be the start of the
this is for next year's start,
Yeah,
okay. And, is there significant difference in price? I mean, I'm sure there's some price increase.
I
but-
think there is, but I don't think there's as much as,
And I know I'm asking a lot of questions, I'm sorry, this is the first time seeing it. So this is where they'll do a interior and exterior kind of coating at some point, Is it just once throughout the 10-year period?
Well, remember, we were so far behind on the painting
Yes.
last year,
Yes.
or when we signed this
Signed it,
contract,
yep.
that they painted all, the first 3 years, they painted all the towers.
Gotcha.
And then they did the inside, they just done the inside of the north tower, just last year, I believe.
So is that just, I mean, so I guess my question is this, do we get one coating, exterior coating of all the tanks at least once during the 10-year period?
I believe a new one.
And then do we have an interior one time during that 10-year period as well?
If it's needed,
If it's needed.
because I don't like them going, if we don't need to, I don't want them doing
To
it.
take the tower down and all
We've
that
got
stuff?
2 towers that have, the inside have been completely done.
Okay. Is it
The
the biggest?
east tower
East tower, okay. I thought-
and the north tower. They have done touch-ups. Every year they come in and if they, just wait, you're in trouble. But they come in and do their inspection. If they find where the
Yeah.
paint's chipped or whatever, they come in and repaint, you know, the area and that.
Okay. Only reason I'm asking that is I see interior and exterior listed on these contracts. And I guess my question is, if we're paying for it, I wanna make sure we get it. If we're not
Well,
gonna
we
pay for it, I
didn't.
don't wanna,
The last company we had,
Yeah.
we didn't get nothing over 10 years.
gotcha.
And so these
get it.
guys have done it. I think that the south tower could be up for an inside painting.
Gotcha, okay. Okay. Any questions you got, Dan?
No, sir.
Okay, Rosie, you're good with this?
Yeah, I've
That's
got
right.
reviewed it.
Okay.
Looks fine.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the water tank maintenance quote for Leary Construction Company for the, where does it differentiate the tanks? Okay, the 600 East water tank for $31,362. The North Reddick Avenue water tower for $23,860. And the South Tower View Drive water tower for $22,346. I'm sorry.
Per year.
Yeah, that,
Yes, I'm sorry. Did I not, I don't know if I, did I not state that?
For the minutes, I think.
I'm sorry.
with this contract also, if like what happened out at the east tower where someone shot a hole in it years ago,
Okay.
they do come in, they fix that
Per year, there we go. I see it. I see it.
at no other,
Yes.
at no, you know, that's part of the contract to fix it.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. I was looking for where it said per year. I apologize. I see it now. It's in very small font, but yes, per year, yes,
It is.
yes.
Sorry.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show the usual sign. It is unanimous of those present. Anything else for the board? Mike? No. Mike?
No.
Tom? Marcia? Rosie?
No.
I don't think I have anything. Dan?
Nothing.
Okay, anything from the public? We have no press. Okay? Okay? So, with that, we will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you.